Broadcasting live from the mixed-up world of Hyrule, this is the Length Bass Randomizer Tournament 2023. Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Botastic, and joining me today on commentary is Tyler Salt. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. What's up, nerds? Looking forward to this Game 2 matchup in the round of 32 in the tournament between cstutor89 on the left side of your screen, MalXantholos on the right side of your screen. Tutor currently up a game, taking game one. These two are playing open heart piece, as I like to call it. What do we have going for us mode-wise here, Doc?
Well, this is going to be your open mode, where you're going to start. You have the option to start from Link's house or Sanctuary. You don't have to do the escape sequence, though some people will do that for items. The main difference is you're going to have. There's the ability to get plenty of hearts, but most of them are heart pieces. You're only going to ever have green mail up to Tempered Sword. I believe the bows are non-progressive.
That's correct.
Bow and silvers are separate, and I think there's only one bottle or something like that available.
It's either one or two. I can never remember, and they're guaranteed to be empty as well. As we see our runners both starting at Sank, God routing immediately, getting the mirror out of the Sank chest.
Seems legit. You know, people underestimate the value of the mirror in the early game. Number one, it gives you, an easy way to get the dam item taken care of pretty quickly. You pick up a little bit of time just for that. And two, just the ability to not orphan checks that require that mirror later on.
I certainly, I want to have that early if I'm getting it. And speaking of bottles, there's our first and only bottle. It was a nice start here. We got bombs in Lost Woods, in the mushroom spot, and 80 rupees from the tree pole. So we are all set to go into CAC.
Yeah. There is no chance that anybody ends up having trouble clearing out some of the things in CAC Rico here. The bottle, of course, unlocking the Sick Kid item. Now, CS Tutor is actually going to go back for another dip into the Red Rupee tree pole here.
I don't hate that.
To destroy that bird. Doing some block deletions with the mirror.
Yeah, nice to get through there a little bit quicker. There's our hammer.
Got a hammer. Very nice.
Putting it to use immediately. Smashing those pots with it.
Very nice. I would not have had the presence of mind to immediately switch to that. Not gonna lie.
No, certainly not.
Yeah, both runners are going to have the ability to not only pay off the bottle vendor and get all these things, but even with just the money from under the pots here, and that makes it even easier, you could pay off the bottle vendor, and if you ran out of bombs, you could get more bombs at the shop down there.
But we're not going to do that.
Look like that's going to be the case. All right, piece of heart, as is tradition here.
Looks like we had a red crystal on Hera and a crystal at Eastern to wait for the other map check to catch the rest of it.
So yes. This is the one mode in which you'll find more heart pieces than you will 20 rupees. The original mode has 28 20 rupees and 24 heart pieces. But this is significantly more. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, the goal of this mode, I guess, was to make your heart progression a little slower by taking out a lot of the full heart containers and replacing them with pieces of heart. So we got 48 pieces of heart in the pool. I think the effect has been, I'm not sure that it has quite worked as the the admins intended. Looks like, oh, both of our 5/6 crystals in the light world at Desert and Hera. I think the effect of it has just led to more, like, you end up getting heart refills a lot more often. So, a tutor saving and quitting out of the tavern, skipping race game and library, and saving a little bit of time. Spicy.
Mm-hmm. All right, 300 rupees in Link's house, so that's gonna, get us up to Zora money, basically.
Yeah. To finish my thought from before, I think that getting those refills more often has led to has not kind of offset the difficulty from a slower scaling health a little bit. So I'm not sure it's done exactly as intended this mode. So we'll see if there are any tweaks for next season's tournament.
So what you're saying is in 2024, getting a new heart container from Heart Pieces won't refill your health. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no, that's a change. That's a change that's coming. Yeah, you're just gonna get empty heart containers. That's for V32, which is coming in 2 weeks. TM. All right, early divergence, or at least a little different ordering. I assume that both of our runners are going to do both of these things eventually. Tutor rushing escape. Didn't get much from Uncle, but we will see how this plays out. Ooh, that mini Moldarm just being real aggressive and getting himself stuck there. Almost made it all the way over to the other side of the room, which I've never seen. Ooh.
Oh, we got a pearl there in the first chest of escape while MalXantholos is cleaning out Mini Moldarm Cave. And we get a sword.
And another sword. Aga intensifies.
Sure does. We got the cape as well. I mean...
So, now the question is, where is our glove? Is it here in the light world? Maybe. Might be in the dark world. We shall see.
I think the question is, where is our lamp?
That's another big question. You're right. Yeah, we do need the glove. We do need the lamp.
So we can go to Aga 1 and then...
Whichever one of those things we find first, I think is gonna depend to see. What would be really interesting is if they're both in the light world and one runner finds one and the other finds the other. That would be really cool.
Yeah,
might be what I'm hoping for, just to see.
All right, Ice Rod Cave here for MalXantholos. We have just another piece of heart, as expected.
And Tutor, not interested in Dark Cross in the dark without the boots, is going to, and without a sword as well, is going to save and quit out of there. So the Moon Pearl, the only thing of value up in the front of Hyrule Castle.
Looks like Mal is going to check the Lake Hylia Island and then head over to the Eastern Palace area. Meanwhile, CS Tutor going to head to South Shore, kind of follow in the footsteps of Mal for a little bit. Mal is definitely going to want to get to the basement of Hyrule Castle as soon as possible.
If you are, let's say you're Mal and you find the glove, and you go to Hyrule Castle and you get that Moon Pearl out of the first chest in Escape, do you bail?
Maybe. I mean, I would consider it, honestly.
Oh, there's the lamp and the bow.
What? Okay. Well, I guess we go finish Eastern now.
Yeah, let's go do Eastern first.
No, if you really wanted to swag all over this seed,
go do Aga and Mirror.
Aga 1, and then you could come do Pod and then Mirror to Eastern.
Not without the Moon Pearl, you can't. So I think people are too often captured by the siren song of, oh, maybe I can do Pod and Eastern together. It really doesn't, you're not saving that much time. I think if you're in the light world here and you can do Eastern, just do Eastern. Even if you've got the mirror, it's fine. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Especially, right, like, you know, maybe your glove is here, right? And you do is like, all right, now I'm going to rush Aga so I can do both of these things together. It's like, oops, actually, all you needed to do was go into Eastern first, and then you've got the glove, and then you skip Aga, you know? Like, do stuff that the early game presents to you.
All right, MalXantholos into Eastern Palace, finding some irrelevant garbage like you do.
We did get a piece of heart in the cannonball chest, so that's one of 3 items here.
I'm glad you're counting. Anyway, so yeah, there's I mean, with the lamp and the bow, those were the 2 items that you definitely need to beat this dungeon, at least logically. And so I would be terribly unsurprised if either runner, after getting the items from Stylus closet, doesn't come here to
This is interesting. CS Tutor, Fake Flipper, and I don't like walking all the way back down there to Fake Flipper from Ice Rod Cave.
I mean, I don't mind it in this scenario when you got the Moon Pearl and you got the 500 rupees that you need for.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine, right? It's just, you know, I was just like, oh, and there's your glove. So we've got a Flipper's locked glove, and that sequence break gets Tutor Dark World access. Now that's really interesting. Now Tutor saves some time and can combo those things.
Oh yeah. Now, however, I because he's got, you know, the hammer and the pearl and the glove, it's possible he doesn't start from anywhere in that area. So he West Dark World, a bunch of stuff like that before heading over to the Pod Eastern area, where we know that the lamp and bow are sitting, which, you know, despite not being super necessary all the time, still pretty necessary.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know if Pod has actually required this seed, but if it is, you absolutely need the bow.
Yeah, and we've got.
You still want it.
Well, and unless you're mimic clipping, and I don't think Tutor mimic clips. If I recall correctly, Tutor's going right into Hype Cave here. There is an item on the boss here in Eastern, by the way.
You can't clip Eastern either. Of course you need it for Eastern.
Of course we need it for Eastern. That's right, yeah. 3 crystals in the Light World means 3 pendants in the Dark World. They are right along the bottom. Green pendant, Ice pendant, Swamp pendant, Mire.
Ooh. That's a heck of a Flipper's lock right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and one of our gloves is Flipper's lock, so which we would not need otherwise. All right, here is Armos Knights for Mal. 5 arrows to the right. Walk over a bunch more. 15 down. Nicely done. Nothing in Eastern. Yeah. We'll see. I think Tutor is probably going to go to the left here without a bow. Like, why would you go over here to the right to Pod and Eastern area? Yeah, and he's headed for a bit he's headed west.
I mean, you can't go too far this way, so you can get the Stumpsman, you can get Digging Game, and I guess you can mirror. Sorry.
No, I like it. I like.
I'm used to calling him Stumpsman.
I love that. Stumpsman. I'd never heard it before. I love filet. Now we're in go mode. We can beat Aga now.
There you go. But yeah, I think do this mirror check.
I think Mal does Aga 1 here.
Oh, yeah, that's very possible. Kind of unfortunate at this point.
Yeah. It'd be really interesting to see where those slippers. Yeah, we really need to see where those slippers are and where the other glove is.
I mean, he's gonna do the front of Escape first.
Yep.
He's gonna find that Moon Pearl, and then it's just like,
And he'll go to Dark Cross. He's got the lamp, so there's no reason for him not to go to the Dark Cross. Tutor didn't do Dark Cross because he didn't have the lamp or the or a sword at the time.
And there was no small key anyway, so
Right.
You don't know if that's gonna.
Oh, and there's our other glove.
Well, I was gonna say you can't go much further,
well, now
but
we
now
can.
we got the second glove, and you can just do whatever the heck you want. So much for my assessment of this seed.
So, is that our logical first glove? Is there anywhere else in the light world where the flippers could be?
So, I'll tell you right now, I
Agina?
don't think that's the logical first glove. I think it's the other one.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because how do you get over here logically? Oh no, the hammer. Sorry, I'm done.
The hammer, yeah.
Yeah, you use the hammer like an idiot. I'm an idiot. Okay, got it. I was like, you don't have the hook shot because that's in hype cave. Blah, blah, blah. Hi. Hello? My name is Dr. Bob, and I am a dumb.
Yeah, so I think we've got, if that dig game could be the first glove, or, it's possible that the key is in Dark Cross and the flippers are in Back of Escape, or the flippers are in Dark Cross.
Right.
So, we still don't have enough information to tell which of those gloves is the logical first one. Although presumably Mal is going to show us Dark Cross here. It's 50-50 for an item. There are four chests left in Escape, and we have seen only the we have not seen the map or the key yet, is the point. So there are 2 items left in the rest of Escape here.
All right, so a real quick trip to Dark Cross, which is not bad given the current situation.
All right, there's the key.
So we can definitely find like the flippers back here,
or something leading to it, right? Like the flute or the book or something like that. Yeah. Nice attempt to shoot the key rat. I like taking that shot. That's fun.
Oh yeah, you go for the shot.
I probably don't. I probably don't even think about it. But I like the strat. All right, 2 items back here. Gonna be really interesting. There are bombs. The map. $300. So this is an Aga. Well, we got Agina still, but Mal is gonna do Aga 1. So this is a big point of divergence here. It was a good fake flipper from Tutor.
And unless Agina is like exactly the flippers, or something leading directly to it.
Yeah.
This is a logically required Aga 1.
Yeah, and I would absolutely like in Mal's shoes, right? I'm making this play 10 out of 10 times. Maybe 9 out of 10 times. But in this situation, without the boots, without the flute, something to make getting over to Agina a little bit better. I'm absolutely going to take this Aga gamble before going to Agina. So this is one of those, like, I think from Mal's perspective, this is the right play, or this is a good play. This is a good play. It might not be the right play, but it is good.
It is the play with the highest expected value.
Yeah, right, exactly. We don't know whether or not. Well, I mean, I guess we know at this point that Aga was skippable with a fake flipper. So. Ooh, Fire Rod.
Fire Rod. Before going to Skull Woods, sounds like a good time to get that.
Absolutely.
Now, of course, we do still have, Turtle Rock as part of the mix here, so still got to find that Ice Rod no matter what.
We sure do.
Ice Rod can always be a great equalizer for these sort of things. Like, who knows where the heck that thing is.
Yeah, Tutor's route has worked out exceptionally well so far. has like each play has led him to a piece of the puzzle, and maybe not the pieces of the puzzle that the game, maybe not the order in which the game expected us to see those pieces of the puzzle, but he has gotten them. And of course, it's important to remember, since we've got a bow disparity, that in this mode, bows are not progressive. So that bow at Saha is the only bow. There is a separate silver arrows item. So Tutor is going to have to make it over there at some point.
So would you like to know what the real thing separating these two runners of seed is?
Yes, I would, Bob. What is it?
It's that second tree pull that CS Tutor did at the beginning.
Because that put him that much closer to Zora money.
Well, yeah, MalXantholos, when he was over in Ice Ride Cave, had 420-something rupees.
Mm-hmm.
And if he'd had an additional 80, he would have had Zora money, and he might have gone there.
Yeah, that's true.
He didn't have the pearl at the time, so I don't think it would have mattered. But
oh, that's true. Yeah, he didn't have the pearl, so he wouldn't have been able to get the water walk to get that glove out of Waterfall Ferry. So
I was just trying to make it boil down to some very, very simple.
I love stuff like that.
And also, there was like another 300, like in Uncle's Tunnel, so that also helped.
Yeah, Tutor's just gonna do this whole Dark World loop. Gonna clear Thieves Town here. Gonna do Skull Woods. Gonna go across the might go right across the top. Could be pulled away by the mountain. Rather than like catfishing or doing like kern jumping and doing catfish and then going over to the pod eastern area. I imagine Tutor does pod is Tutor's least favorite dungeon. I know this. So it might be, you know, with Mitt's mirror hammer hook shot, you know, I think instead of going across North Dark World stuff, I would imagine that Tutor might mirror after Skull Woods and go right into and go right up the mountain.
I mean, he's still gonna have to go over to Pod Eastern area at some point.
Yeah, you know, but I think that, you know, not that bow being over at Saha is tough to think about doing that.
Yeah, it's definitely a reason you might want to avoid the area until the last minute.
All right, Tutor off script a little bit at the end, but cleans up the blind fight nicely with 20 bucks there. So we have that fire rat out of Thieves Town. But most importantly, now in the 23rd minute, CS Tutor has his first of 7 crystals.
Yep, we are currently tied on crystals. MalXantholos will be heading into Pod here, should be finishing that one off fairly handily. CS Tutor, I imagine, will be heading to Skull Woods shortly after cleaning out the contents of Village of Outcasts. I believe he's done the other 2 checks here, just not this one.
He just left this one until after Thieves Town. A little less backtracking. Tutor also did, with the mitts in the mirror coming up from the south, did the smith and hammer pegs. Left the left purple chest for now, which makes sense. He would have had to go back south to turn that in. That wouldn't have been super efficient. So if something is in purple chest and Mal takes a route that gets him there earlier, that could be big. Flute and purple chest? Gross. Yeah. Tutor going straight to the back, not even checking the vanilla big key chest first. I think this makes sense. And I think goes to the idea that Tutor is going to walk back out of here and then probably, I think, mirror and head up the mountain after checking.
Like, for one thing, there are definitely fewer junk items that can be on the boss, right? And you need to do the boss anyway. So coming here first is kind of a real draw. I can see one on the bridge there, so it's very possible you can get your 2 items right here in the back and never have to touch the rest of this dungeon. which is a wonderful feeling. CS Tutor going through the pot room the old-fashioned way. I imagine to pick up the rest of that magic there.
Yeah.
User strike.
A nice full magic drop there.
Mm-hmm.
Tutor very carefully using up his existing magic before picking up that full drop. Very good.
A quick burnination of the Gibdo to set up for the moth fight. Again, I don't love being on green mail and moth anytime, but
oh boy.
Yikes.
That has escalated very quickly for Tutor. He's got a fairy though.
Okay.
The glove Mal, both the two gloves are in Waterfall Fairy and Dig Game. So Tutor fake flippered for the Waterfall Fairy one.
We're done picking up keys yet in pod?
Never. We're never done. Every chest is a key in pod. It's weird.
I mean, that's true. Not really, but it's close.
No. It feels true. Tutor getting that fairy and then immediately getting the last hit in. Moth just with the compass, though.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. Moth is quite harrowing if you just have green mail, because it deals 2 points of damage with any of its own attacks or its body.
Yeah, you want to... If you're going to take damage on green mail, you want to take it from the spikes. Did Tutor do the bridge chest?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. All right. Oh, there are the silvers in pod.
Well, our entire archery kit is over here on the east side. And it's quite possible, depending on how late CS Tutor is to get over here, it's quite possible CS Tutor just skips that chest entirely.
He very well might. Yeah, if Tutor is like bow for go mode or something like that.
There's the flippers sitting in Skull Woods. So,
Skull Woods with the goods. So this was a logical Agaseed.
And logically, Aga 1 has locked the seed, and now did stick to the logic, which is a little unfortunate.
Yeah, Tutor's got to be feeling great about finding those slippers there.
All right, what's on our bumper ledge? Garbage.
Yeah, so Tutor has this mirror out, gonna check Lumberjack ledge here. Hookshot is in Hype Cave, Gamma.
So our lumberjack tree is 300 rupees, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. But it was a reasonable thing for CS Tutor to check here, given the fact that he now knows that this is an Aga 1 seed.
Right.
And as you stated, yeah, he's taking that mirror portal and going up the mountain.
Yep.
So not going across the top.
Tutor's still missing that lamp, so from Tutor's perspective, this is out of logic, but he's got it. But he knows that it's a logical Agaseed, so he knows that the lamp is somewhere in the light world. So even though this is lamp locked here, he knows that it's got to be in logic because that lamp has got to be at Agena or Saha or Eastern.
All right, we're over to CS Tutor audio now.
That is Paper Mario: The Origami King.
Oh yeah, I played that once.
That was really good. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. That was my first and only Paper Mario experience. I really enjoyed it.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna try to force you to play 1,000 Year Door, but you're missing out.
Yeah, no, I would like to play the others. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I've heard that 1,000 Year Door in particular is great. So All right. What is Mal's plan now at this point, having taken down Eastern and Pod? We're going south to Hype Cave. That's the only thing that he can do. No glove, no hook shot.
Okay, we got a book in Paradox Cave, which is going to unlock another one of our crystal dungeons.
Ugh, book.
I mean, given the fact that we're up here on the mountain, I like finding the book here so I can do...
Yeah, I guess we find it before Ether Tablet. Yeah. I just hate the book.
There's a tempered sword as well. And a shield. Which, unless I'm mistaken, that's the only shield you're going to find.
That's correct, yeah. The best thing about this mode is that you're capped at one shield.
And so if you are one of those people who just really hates the shield, you can get it eaten and then get rid, and then you'll never have to deal with it.
Yep. If you get a shield eaten by a picket in this mode and you find another chest that would be a shield, is it a shield again?
I don't think it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't say I've known for sure because I, haven't ever experienced that. But yeah, it's kind of meh. It's a tree. Okay.
Okay, beer. It's a meme mostly. There's a lot of disdain for the mirror shield because it only reflects that one kind of lasers. Like, that's the reason I don't like the mirror shield, is because it doesn't reflect BMOS beams, which are the actually dangerous ones.
And amongst the true speedrunners, they're like, it's another extra sprite. It's causing me lag. Get out.
That's been debunked though, right? The mirror shield does not create any more lag than any of the other shields.
Yeah, which is why some people just hate shields in general.
Yeah, I know some people hate the shields because it's covering up their sprite, and they will look at their sprite instead.
There's that.
And Mal, perhaps unfortunately remembering there that now that Mal has done AGA and has the mirror, he's got to save and quit from the light world to get the normal save and quit spots. Otherwise, you're saving and quitting in the dark world of the pyramid.
I guarantee you, when I do that, if that happens to me, I will be saving and quitting to the pyramid accidentally at least once.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Every single time, probably more than once. That is a King of Samaria sitting there in the the place where the thing is, Spiral Cave.
Now that's okay. Tutor. Okay, so Tutor saves and quits from Spiral Cave. I actually really like this. Saves and quit to go do the right side from there instead of going all the way back up. I would probably just do. Yeah, I guess you're going right first means you're going to isolate either Spiral Cave or the Spec Rock item.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the plan here is going up the mountain to take care of this mess, and then to take care of Hera, and then the Ether Tablet, and then you could dip into Turtle Rock if you really wanted to.
Yeah. And chat's pointing out he could do Spike Cave too.
Quake. Okay, yeah, because he did just pick up Quake in Hookshot Cave. So
yeah. That book might be important because we very well might not find the flute in this seed. Flute could be in GT. Nice shovel. Okay, game.
I can dig it.
Frickin' book. Just leading to other fetch quests. Very annoying. Alright, 2 items in Tower of Hera. Meanwhile, Mal is up the mountain. Not going to be able to get those Dark World checks, though. This is a purely light Death Mountain play.
Yeah, unfortunately does not have that glove from Waterfall Cave.
And both runners are in here all of a sudden, after all that divergence. We've converged here a little bit.
Wow.
All right, there's item number 1. And the big key is in the basement, so we're hoping for an item here on Moldorm.
Oh, wait, no,
that was both items?
2. Yeah, there was
Well,
a shield in that first chest there.
Oh, was there an item in that chest? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we're done with this right after.
Oh, great. Even better. Heck you, Hair Basement.
Agreed. So we know that was actually a shield that turned into a blue rupee for CS Tutor.
Yes. Oh, I see the shield on Mal's side now.
All right, CS Tutor now headed back over to the summit of East Death Mountain.
Dipping into TR, I guess.
Yeah. I can't think of any other reason you'd be headed over here.
That's aggressive without the ice rod. And he gets dead rocked for his trouble.
But I mean, it very well could be a thing. You know, ice rod in TR is
It's
more
been known to
common than we
happen.
think.
It's been known to happen.
It's probably not as common as, say, fire rod in like ice, but
Yeah. All right, Tutor pressing that gloves advantage. That could also be part of this, right? Knowing that he got those that first glove out of logic, right? And not having the bow, because you know, from Tutor's perspective, the bow might be here too.
right.
And so, but knowing that he got one of those gloves early, and it's, you know, it's out of logic until you find the flippers. Pushing that potential mitts advantage makes some sense from Tutor's perspective, I think. That said, it's always a risk to dive into a potentially unbeatable TR. Especially this early in a seed when, like, saving a mirror portal is probably not going to happen, you know?
Got double small keys there on the right. So we'll be seeing what's on the left here. Could be the big key, could be some item, could be a dungeon item, who knows. It is a compass.
There's Mal's book. You know, I sort of wish that... I never really thought about this before. TR's color palette is just the regular cave color palette.
It is, yeah.
And that's boring. I feel like it should have a different one. And like I'm not a palette shuffle guy generally, but I think this room or this dungeon needs a different palette.
I mean, here's the thing. This is the 7th dungeon. They were running up against a deadline.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you know, it's just like this game runs in what, like, you know, a very, very small amount of memory, you know, so they got to cut corners where they can.
right. Going to the middle chest here, which at this point I'm pretty sure has contained the big key. It's like, if not, we've somehow ended up in entrance mode or something, and we're like, no logic, ridiculousness, and how did that happen?
All right, Mal is headed to Spike Cave, finishing his route here on 3 hearts. He's got a fairy in a bottle, though, so we'll be using that here.
Is he going to rub it the right way?
Bonka TOS.
Okay. Oh, phew! Oh, he has.
Oh boy!
I forgot. All right, welcome to Mimic Cave, which contains hot garbage.
Mal with the forced double save and quit there. Back to Sank, headed over to Village of Outcasts.
And going further into Turtle Rock, finds another small key on the big chest and heading down. So probably going to go full on laser bridge. Which, if it turns out to be Ice Rod there, it's a pretty good situation for CS Tutor. Otherwise,
I mean, yeah, Tutor's already in a really good situation. I mean, like, spending this time in Turtle Rock and maybe not being able to clear it is tough, but ooh, that was close. Tutor, without a good ranged item to hit those switches, does a good job there.
All right, Dark Turtle Rock Bridge Maze, or Samaria Maze, which is actually not all that hard.
No, it's pretty good.
I'd have been real tempted to hit right there and grab the 2 hearts and the full magic.
No, Mal, why would you do this? No, I mean, this is the right play. I hate cutting through those bushes. I will try to avoid it whenever possible. But we know that the fire rod's in Thieves' Town, so this is the right way to do this. All right, there's our key. All right, game. Thanks for that.
Actually, I mean, you could go back to the cave.
Yeah, but we just do some laser skips and it's fine. So unfortunately, bunch of time wasted there for Tutor. Not going to bother trying to save the portal. But that's a big play to win kind of play, and much respect for it.
All right, CS Tutor going into the Dark World now.
This has got to be Pod, right?
I mean,
oh no,
maybe it's
Bombo's tablet.
Yeah. Surely he's not going to go to Swamp first.
He sure might. I mean, I said earlier, Tutor hates Pod, so you never know.
If you're not going to Pod over,
this is probably
if you're choosing
desert.
Swamp over Pod, I mean, surely CS Tutor is a better player than me, but even I'm going to say no. Don't do that. Why would you do that to yourself?
Hey, a blue boomerang. But he is not going to Swamp. He's going to take this. He's pushing this book. Going to go over here and see if he can beat Desert. We still might need the boots.
No? Did you skip 2 chests in the front of Thieves' Town?
What?
Dude went from the top left room directly to the boss door.
Huh. That's interesting. Why would he do that?
Good question. And it's unless he went in there earlier and
He sure didn't.
No, he does not have the fire rod, which was one of those two chests. You're gonna want to go back in there.
He'll go back in. All right, desert not boots locked. We'll see if the boots locked, if the item on the boots is anything, or the item on the torch is anything we need. But there's one of our 2 items already. So odds are pretty good that the torch is nothing. I would be truly shocked. And yeah, there we go. So a boot's not required for desert at all.
Mal's just probably going to come back in after being banned. That seems like a completely egregious oversight otherwise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the bow and the lamp are both in Sahasrah's closet, which is quite interesting if you're going to be doing the right, the east side of the world.
But we are ice rod for no mode at this point.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately for our runners, it keeps looking more and more like they're going to have to dip some of these pendant dungeons to get the ice rod that they want.
Left side swamp, maybe?
Gross.
Yeah. All right, here's blind for Mal. Bob, did you know that blind is a scripted fight?
I was aware. Did you know that this is a scripted interaction? I'm just kidding. It's part of the commentary repertoire.
What exactly is CS Tutor's aversion to pod? Honestly, I don't know. One day he started just calling pod garbage, loves to be able to not check anything in there. I think he just thinks it's slow and it tends to burn him.
Keys.
A million keys, yeah. So, and Mal is going back in for these other 2 chests in Thieves Town, which is good.
And to be fair, if you can go mode pod, it feels
better. Great. Feels great.
But I would say the same thing about Swamp, and Swamp is worse.
Yeah, Tutor has not been over to the eastern pod area at all. That's why he has no bow and no lamp. Which those were in Saha's closet.
All right, CS Tutor going to Agina's cave. You can see this often orphaned check. And
hey, let's go. Boomerang. It's the okay boomerang. Those boomerangs were right next to each other because the blue one was on Bombo's tablet, wasn't it?
Yep, sure was.
Nice.
Okay. CS Tutor is going north here.
Gonna do Pyramid Fairy. Good play.
Right.
And then presumably is gonna oops, accidentally buys both items. That's interesting. Never seen that happen before.
Was it accidental? I don't think it was.
Oh, was it? I don't know. I thought he had full bombs.
Or maybe, okay, maybe not. I just wonder if it only charges you once. That'd be funny.
Oh, that would be funny. I don't think it was the case.
Yeah.
But that would be new. I'll say I've never seen this before. What is this? GDQ?
Yeah, could be. Just got back from there. That was sure a trip.
Nice. All right, Pyramid Fairy with a piece of heart and a piece of heart. The most common possible outcome there. All right, Tutor, where are we headed now? Pod.
Basically like rolling a
Catfish.
7 on 2 dice.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, I think the odds are roughly equal to that, seriously.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Close enough.
And Tutor is going to do Catfish before going over to Eastern and Pod, giving himself every opportunity to not have to double dip that area, which makes sense.
Now,
But
Mal is on Tempered Sword here for this fight, so it's going to be a little bit easier if you can get him off away from the dang spikes. There you go.
yeah, and Homemade Beer in chat, I think, making a good point, right? That's 5 crystals now for Mal. Tutor only at 4. So if Mal gets these flippers and doesn't go up to Dark Death Mountain, then if Mitts or Mal's in Mal's go mode, right? That would be pretty nice. It's at this rate probably an Ice Rod hunt.
Oh, we are getting a pedestal check.
10 arrows.
If this were Tears of the Kingdom, I'd be happy.
Yeah. Never have enough arrows there.
No. That's why they give them to you everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many arrows in that game. All over the place. But you still always want more.
So, this is unfortunate. Every time, everything that Tutor does at this point needs to come up with the Ice Rod or it is wrong. Nice Quake use here.
So yeah, CS Tutor going into Ice Palace for this play. It's an interesting play. You don't know for sure what this is going to be.
And he's intending to full clear this, not hitting the switch.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking for Ice Rod, and it's probably, basically the last thing you want to do is actually go fight the boss. So I certainly don't blame you for leaving it on full clear mode.
Oh, Doggy Dolphy pointing out this is the green pendant. Which adds a little bit more value and adds more value to the Eastern pod play later. I still don't love this, but that makes me understand it a little bit more.
There it is, Bombos.
Fire-locked fire, everybody.
Fire-locked fire. See,
now,
a lot of people think that Fire-locked fire is just some sort of, meme.
Yeah.
But there is actually a little bit of mathematics to it.
Oh, yeah?
It is slightly more likely, if you have the fire rod, that the other fires, or that if you have fire sources, that the other fire source is in here, or just self-locking items in general. Like if there's one way to get into a place and you have the other, that one might be behind it, and it's a little more likely than normal.
Right. Yeah, Tutor remembering there that since he didn't hit the switch, he's got to find the big key. Yeah, if Tutor pulls the flute somewhere that before getting that bow, that'd be pretty bad. There's that big key.
I mean, I already told you where the flute is.
Where I don't remember where you said the flute was.
It's on the purple chest.
Oh, it's on purple chest. That's right. Yeah.
I mean, not. We don't know.
We don't know that. That's Bob's prediction. Yeah. All right, Mal over here gonna be checking Catfish and mirroring. Oh, getting potion first. That's fine. And mirroring over and getting his mitts, and so that he will be in parity, item parity there with Tutor, and might be in the lead, to be honest.
Apparently, I'm mistaken. Apparently, Mal has the flute.
Oh, Mal has the flute. Where'd that come from?
No idea.
Pod?
Or maybe not.
Oh, flute was a misclick. Okay. I was gonna say I don't think
flute was found on the tracker's mouse. That's where
got it. It's all good. Tracking is hard.
It is. That's why I don't do it.
Yeah. Way easier to just yap my mouth.
Exactly.
All right, this has got to be Pod Eastern for Tutor.
It's like, yeah, I know you don't like Pod and Eastern. I know you don't like Pod, but at some point, you got to just bite the bullet here.
Yeah.
So Mal is going to finally pick up that glove.
So we are officially in an ice rod hunt on Mal's side.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're going to go for Bridgman here.
Is Bridgman related to the Stumpsman?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
I decided after I stopped calling this guy the other thing, started calling Bridgman.
Yeah.
I called the other guy Stumpsman.
I'm gonna call him Bridge Boy. Any Stormlight Archive fans in chat?
I don't even know what that is.
Shout outs to Brando Sando.
Okay. I know who that is, so
yeah.
Bro, I don't have time to read.
Oh man, I always make time to read. Big book guy. Except for the Book of Medora. Screw that book. That book sucks.
I mean, I hear the plot of the Book of Medora is pretty flimsy.
It's a dictionary.
Exactly.
It's a dictionary that leads you to do things that waste time.
Interestingly, CS Tutor going for Silas here without going into the Dark World first.
Hoping to avoid that pod play, but gets his lamp and his bow, so we are full on in Ice Rod Hunt territory for both of our runners. Tutor here is going to be retracing Mal's steps here, going to be full clearing Eastern and Pod. Have we seen the shovel check? No, we have not. Both runners have that shovel from Ether Tablet. Neither has checked it yet. It's pretty hard isolated.
Each other's steps here. Mal is going to go through Desert, while CS Tutor is going to go through Pod and Eastern. And that's going to leave our runners at the same crystal total, but not quite the same dungeon total.
Yeah, I mean, so where could that? I mean, the ice rod's probably sitting in swamp at this rate. You know, so it seems now this race is going to come down to, because Mal is going to finish Desert before Tutor finishes both Pod and Eastern, most likely, right? That seems reasonable.
Yeah.
And so the question is now, does Mal go up the mountain looking with those mitts, chase those mitts of the mountain, or does he do ice and or swamp, right? If Mal's next play is Swamp Palace and the ice, like that's a big, like potentially a big swing in his direction.
All right, so Mal gonna go ahead and do some Desert here. CS Tutor gonna do some Pod. Again, both runners dealing with this in the best way they can. CS Tutor finding one of the many keys here in Pod.
Yeah, I think the key. So Tutor has made the two key decisions here in this seed, I think, right? Or there have been two, like the decision of fake flippering, right, which got you that glove out of logic to let him skip Aga 1, right? And then the decision to dip into TR with the mitts on his first trip up there, looking for the ice rod, hoping for it, right? So the that TR dip is going to be, I think, the story of this seed in the end, right? If Mal goes up Death Mountain next, then Tutor's in the lead. If Mal goes to Swamp next, then I think Mal's in the lead.
And I want to go ahead and add to that list of decisions the decision to go into Ice Palace before coming over here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That ended up not paying out at all.
I mean, I think it's a justifiable decision. I think any of those decisions are justifiable.
Absolutely. Yeah. I probably full clear TR then too, right? Like, make the big play. Like, if Ice Rod is just in TR, Tutor is in smooth sailing at this point. But yeah, Mal headed into the back of Desert, going to be picking up his 6th crystal.
Yeah, that is a possibility, as chat has noted. There is the off chance that the Ice Rod is in Misery Mire and Bombos is required for it.
That is true.
The Ice Palace play would have been a great play.
Yes.
But we also
yeah, we would need the flute for that, yeah. Which could just be in Swamp as well.
Or it could be on the purple chest. Just saying.
Just it could still be on the dang purple chest. Although I imagine that if you're Mal, right, and you're here in Desert, do you save and quit to Sank and do Smith Chain before going into Swamp Palace?
I might. Seeing as it's kind of on the way. Mal does have the silver arrows, but unfortunately Lanmo is not cooperating today.
Yeah, a couple missed shots. We do have that shovel as well. Yeah, I think we are down
That's
to
another reason to do the Smith Chain, you know?
Yeah, the only checks we haven't seen are Shovel, Purple Chest, and Swamp Palace between the two runners. We've seen everything else.
I think we haven't seen... Have we seen Graveyard Ledge?
Mal did Graveyard Ledge, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And Mal is up the mountain. So unfortunately, I think this is the right play, or a good play. I keep getting these backwards. Like that, I think this is a good play for Mal. Unfortunately, it is wrong. He's not going to find anything up here, and if he goes through TR and clears it, then that's pretty much it.
CS Tutor is about to find those silver arrows, and then mirror out. You didn't see it happen, but it totally just happened.
We've got a left side swamp hype enjoyer in chat. That's good.
I don't know who hurt you, but I'm sorry. Sorry.
It's not hype. Like, not enjoyed. Like, you're not enjoying left side swamp. You're enjoying the hype about left side swamp, right? Which I think is more defensible.
Okay, but still, why would you wish that on anyone? Anyway.
Oh, I wouldn't. Yeah.
Actually, MalXantholos did check what was on the pedestal. It was 10 arrows. Yeah.
Don't like calling for left side swamp as a runner. I don't do it as a comm because as a commentator, I tend to want the runners to do well and be happy. In chat, though, bring on the tears. So I want to see these runners cry the tears of the kingdom if I'm in chat, as it were. That reminds me, it's been about an hour. Let's reset. My name is Tyler Salt. I'm joined in the booth by the one, the only Dr. Bobtastic. We are here on SpeedGaming Prime, watching this Link to the Past randomizer main tournament match between CS Tutor and MalXantholos. We're in an ice rod hunt, and we need to find that. Tutor in the driver's seat at this point. Please make sure you give these two runners a follow. and also the rest of our booth. Myself, I'm Tyler Saw, Dr. Bobtastic, Nervindulge _ our tracker as well. If you like Link to the Past, we got a lot of it here on Speed Gaming coming up here as we move into the latter stages of the 2023 main tournament.
Nervindulge also pulling double tracker duty, basically. Also running the tracker for the German restream over on Speed Gaming Deutsch.
Yeah, guten Tag to those folks.
But of course, that doesn't require any extra buttons. It's just you're getting double the effort out of it.
And
right, so MalXantholos is entering Turtle Rock. That is going to be unfortunate, but no surprise. I don't blame him.
Absolutely not. I would do exactly the same thing in his situation.
Given the fact you've been thus far able to completely avoid the pendant dungeons, if you could pull that off, it feels real good.
Right. Yeah, from Mal's perspective, if the ice rod's here, he is in business, right? You know, we're just over an hour. But we unfortunately know that it is not here. Unfortunately for Mal, that is. And for Tutor, who went through the whole thing and didn't find anything. So
I agree with the assessment that Speed Gaming Prime turns into an 18-wheeler between streams.
Exactly.
Seems accurate.
Does that mean that there is a Speed Gaming Megatron out there somewhere? I have now exhausted my Transformers knowledge.
Prime? Anyway.
Yeah, we don't know where Ice Rod is. We know where it's not. It's not in TR because Tutor's already been here. It's got to be, though, in Shovel, Purple Chest, or Swamp Palace because we've seen everything else. Or it could be in Mire with the flute in one of those places as well.
All right. So, yeah, with the runner's tiers seems about correct.
Green Pendant was nothing. To answer that question. Yeah, we got a couple of fetch quests outstanding as well. So
got that shovel on the ether tablet. We don't know where that is. We did not get the purple chest from either runner. MalXantholos, of course, has not picked up the smith either, just on account of, having not had the mids until recently.
Also, where are the dang boots?
Good flippin' question. At this point, I have to assume they're in the bonk chest in GT. Not the torch. You know what I'm talking about, right?
The bonk chest.
The map
GT.
chest. Because you know that room with the gaps on the left? You could bonk.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah.
And that is 100% in logic. Although it is extremely unlikely to come up.
Yeah.
All right, CS Tutor heading into the Armos fight with the Silver Arrows should be able to dispatch them in a dang hurry.
Yes, Tutor did get the those silver arrows because Bo was not his go mode here.
Yep.
All right, that's 6 crystals for CS Tutor.
And we are now tied on crystals with MalXantholos having done one more dungeon in the form of Ice Palace. I actually think the Wonder Twins could do form of Ice Palace. And it's technically water, right?
Yeah. All right, and here's Swamp for Tutor.
Yeah, that does not surprise me one bit.
Oh man, this Dark World theme slaps so hard. All right, and Mal is out. Not bothering to save the portal here because the mirror is going to be super helpful for him. The Ice Rod's probably in Swamp Palace here, so.
Shoutouts to remembering the Aga play.
Yeah. Oh, and Mal is going to do Smith Chain first. Looks like. Down into Swamp. So if that purple chest is Ice Rod, then or Shovel is Ice Rod, then Mal is in the driver's seat. If it's just here in Swamp, then this is Tutor.
If the purple chest actually does turn out to be Flute, I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket or something.
Seriously, yeah. I think I would probably go, like, what would you do in this situation? You're coming off of a TR clear. You've gotten everything else. The only things that are left to you are Smith Chain, Shovel, and Swamp. What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, as a rule, I mean, technically Mal also has ice left, but
That's true.
but yeah, I'd probably go for the. If I've got this big old overworld chain here that I can do, and avoid going into pendant dungeons, I'm gonna do that.
See, I think I go to Swamp. I think I disagree. Swamp is 6 items, and is long, sure, but so is the Smith Chain. So this is a good point, right? Also, from Little Sharky in chat that Mal is down a game, right? Tutor is up a game, so Tutor can afford to play a little bit more conservatively. Mal might be thinking, I need to go for these more out of the way checks, things that my opponent is more likely to have skipped, like purple chest, like Shovel. So I could see that. And we are going to left side first. If you're planning on full clearing Swamp, then this is the most efficient way to do it, at least. I think most runners would probably skip it in this situation, but it's a pendant, right? So you don't need to go back there. All right. Big moments here coming up on Mal's side of the screen. Purple chest and Shovel. If either of these is the Ice Rod or something that leads to the Ice Rod, then Mal is in business.
Meanwhile, we've also got left side Swamp coming up for CS Tutor. Also pretty big deal there.
Yep. Hopefully Tutor's stream cooperates and we get to actually see what's up there. Although I suppose if he leaves, we know it was the Ice Rod. Here's the Shovel on Mal's side. It's the Ice Rod!
Ice Rod acquired at the dig spot.
Stupid book. Oh my god. What a swing. This is now Mal's to lose. One of my mods, Modsaw's in chat. Shovel, known Shovel enjoyer.
Seems legit, and MalXantholos is now firmly in the driver's seat for this seed. It's definitely Mal's seat to lose at this point.
Stupid book. Yeah, Shovel was on Ether Tablet.
Now I just want to know what's in the purple chest, dang it.
Nope, too bad.
Oh well.
Well, I know everybody here likes rando. The nice thing about Mal winning here is, which is probably going to be the case at this point, we get more rando. Game 3 in this series.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we acquired a good old-fashioned mushroom here in the back of Swamp, so that could lead to more distraction for CS Tutor.
Virgil Dante in chat bringing up a good point. We still might need the boots.
Oh Jesus, you're right.
We still might need those boots if the torch is, or if the Gaines Tower big key is on the torch. Tutor is going to check this mushroom before the shovel, unfortunately. But pretty easy to get back with this whirlpool. Boots on mushroom would be interesting. I don't know that it would be interesting enough unless the torch has the big key, but...
Of note, CS Tutor not electing to bother with the fake powder situation, which...
No, fake powder doesn't exist at this point, yeah.
Yeah.
No sense in that.
CS Tutor swapping the fairy for a blue potion. Still not picking up the piece of art.
We're going to save and quit. Who cares? Tutor up the mountain? Question mark?
I don't know what he's got left. Spike Cave, maybe?
Tutor didn't do Spike Cave. Okay.
Well, that's certainly a one-off check you can do.
Yeah, I don't know that I would do this one. I think I probably would have hopped back in that whirlpool and done shovel. But I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I wouldn't have done that. Who knows? Boots could absolutely be in GT. I was not counting items in TR. I don't know whether Trinex has an item or not.
I think chat was saying that it has a dungeon item, but I could be wrong.
I believe chat.
You're writing that.
Oh god, that was close.
Last second. Woo!
Oh man. And we are hard resetting here. Get that magic back.
And 2 heads of Trinex down. Trinex, of course, making a surprise appearance in Tears of the Kingdom as King Bleop.
Oh, here's a prediction. Where's the GT big key?
Good daggum question. A lot of people like to guess some number between 1 and 22, as there are in fact 22.
Oh, and there are the boots on Trinex! Oh no!
Wow!
GG's.
Thanks, game.
We're definitely getting to game 3 now.
Alright, so CS Tutor is now doing some of these...
This is Graveyard Ledge for... Oh, no, I thought it was at least, but no, he's going
doing
south.
purple chests and stuff, which means the Ice Rod will be in CS Tutor's future, assuming he remembers to mirror for the shovel check. Unless he decides to save a quit from here, but
That'd be weird. Oh, he's gonna go do. Now he's gonna do Graveyard Ledge.
Okay. So shovel's gonna be a bit then.
Oh, nice flute.
Good job, Dan. Flute on the Torch of GT seems good.
This game is free. It's good. It's so good. Looks like we're going to get a Dark Magician from Mal, the mirror from Stalfos room.
I'd be terribly surprised if there wasn't a small key in one of these two chests, given what we've seen. But yeah, there we go. How about both?
He had the mirror out. I guess just preparing for the big key.
Right. And we are, of course, skipping tile room because no thank you.
Oh, Tutor never did the back of escape. Lol.
That is definitely a thing. At least he doesn't have to worry about Dark Cross anymore.
Alright. Number 8 is a piece of heart. Number 9 is 20 rupees. Number 10 is the blue cane. Number 11, a piece of heart.
And back to the left side.
Here's 13 in what Dr. Bob calls the bonk chest. It's a heart container, one of our few.
Spoiler log calls it the map chest, and everybody else just calls it the firebar room.
Yeah, it's double firebar room. He's not skipping shovel. He's just doing purple chest first. He doesn't have anything else. This is a hard last location for Tutor. Except for, yeah, this is a hard last location for Tutor. He hasn't done Dark Cross, but he knows it's the key.
There you go, CS Tutor. One hot piping ice rod. I mean, cold ice rod. Whatever.
Whatever.
Temperatures are weird. Thermodynamics, you know, etc.
15, 16, 17, 18 here in tile room. Big 20. Magic powder, always nice to find. A bloopy and the compass. So we're headed back over to Ice Armos.
Yep, and we have a mere 5 checks left. This is going to be 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Coming up. So Bob's chest being number 18.
You have an entire chest?
It's not mine.
Oh, okay.
It's
There's
the
more than one
anti-fairy
Bob.
chest.
Yeah, okay.
And no, this anti-fairy is not named after me. The name Bob predates my involvement with the randomizer.
All right. It is not
I'd love
Bob
to claim it, but I can't. Alright, going to Vanilla Big Key Room.
Here's
number 19.
number 19. Nope. And
There's
our
number
big key.
20.
French vanilla. We're climbing.
Now bothering to switch to normal arrows for the climb. Which is technically the correct move. If you're going to use them in that room, that is. But I ended up using the sword beams instead.
Nobody guessed 19 in chat, but
20.
Oh, it was 20. You're right. Well, nobody guessed 20 in chat either. So it's split between. No, never mind. Yeah, no, it's so congrats to DKMHC with I guess the 21 was closest.
Seems legit. Nah, you can't just hop in with the 20 after it's already been called.
Yeah, nice try though.
Alright, MalXantholos on the way up the gauntlet taking care of these rooms pretty quickly. Now, I'm assuming that, you know, even though we know that MalXantholos is quite ahead, there's no way he knows he's that ahead, you know? And so he's probably playing, you know, out of his mind right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, so 2 land modes down, and there's the third as the silver takes over. I'd be picking up that pot on the bottom right.
Yeah, me too. Not gonna have enough magic for torches at this rate.
I'm hoping they got a...
Oh, yeah, he has a blue, but he's gonna need to use it. Unless we get a... Yeah, he's just gonna use it right here.
Well, that's quite unfortunate. But, take care of the second cycle there. I'm gonna go for land strats in here, just to 1, conserve magic, and 2, because that's what everybody else does.
Yep. Yeah, he had that blue potion, but you know, you kind of want to save that for later if possible. Tutor gets his boots and 7th crystal.
Alright, MalXantholos filling up the magic, like you do, and it's time for a Moldorm fight. Oof! Getting knocked down, but you get up again, and they're never going to keep you down. Now, nice.
There we go.
Spin and a slash to take down Moldorm, and we are out of here.
No fluff. Sad.
Yeah. I mean, there's, again,
literally nothing that he could pull out there that would be helpful.
And you have no idea how fast, you know, how far ahead or behind you are. You're probably freaking out. You're like, oh my opponent still hasn't finished.
Your tournament life on the line. Oh, the wall ate the ball there. Tutor doing full left here, which is going to work out.
All right. We've got an AGA 1 down for MalXantholos here. And a nice double spin there, going for the 1 cycle. Gets the 1 cycle with tempered. Very nicely done. And into phase 2.
Not gonna get the 1 and 1 though. Not enough hits there in phase 2. So he's gonna get a 2 cycle phase 2. Tutor gonna get his big key here, but it is gonna have to go into Hope Room for a key.
I mean, it is pretty, as was being pointed out in chat there, it is pretty nice having Mal having put himself in like a 3-minute hole by doing AGA 1.
Yeah.
Ending up being the one to win was a pretty good situation for Mal.
Absolutely. Gotta feel good about this win. There's... Oh, just misses the double. And there's a double to finish it off. Get your GGs in chat for MalXantholos, who's going to take home the win in this race and force a game 3 in this round of 32 series. Mal is finishing with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 11 seconds. GGs.
Mm-hmm.
Tutor's going to play out the string here.
Yep, looks like it.
Not sure if we're going to be joined right away by MalXantholos.
It's possible MalXantholos may want to go join the German region.
Exactly.
First.
So we shall see about that.
All right, so CS Tutor going to climb the tower here. Perhaps a little bit interrupted here and there because of network connectivity issues, but what are you going to do? That is how the internet be sometimes.
It do.
Typed your symptoms into Google and it said you may have network connectivity.
That's a good joke. We are joined by our winner today, MalXantholos. GG.
Yeah, thank you. GG's.
Yeah, welcome and congratulations again. I mean, it's gotta feel pretty good. I don't know if you were surprised by the result.
I absolutely was. I was certain I lost this one. It's, basically, in the moment I found mids, it was like, oh man, you didn't need to play Aga if your sequence broke here, and yeah.
Which Tutor did, of course, and was into the Dark World well before you, and was in the lead most of the seed. Both of you went and did a double clear of TR, and you found the ice rod first, and sometimes that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, really, it was the fact that CS Tutor was more willing to go into pendant dungeons before checking some of the overworld stuff.
Yeah. He did Ice Palace before Pot on Eastern, which hurt, and then did Swamp before did Game of Purple Chest, which were the other checks that he had left at that point. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. Yeah, that was very lucky for me, of course. Well, I mean, if I went to Hyrule Castle earlier, I would have also skipped Aga, which would have been a nice time save on the other hand, but still,
yeah.
Bad luck in the early game, good luck in the late game.
Yeah, and there's maybe we don't like to talk about it a whole lot, but there's a lot of luck involved in this game. Stuff is random, and you can control some of it, but you can't control all of it. So you need that luck to come through in a tournament race. So as good as we see Tutor working on Moldorm 2 at this point.
So Mal, can you tell me how it felt when you finally get your 7th crystal and then all of a sudden also boots?
Yeah, that was funny.
Were you worried about the boots at all then?
Well, I thought they don't matter at all. I mean, I didn't see a way that in which Turtle Rock wouldn't be your 7th crystal in this seed.
Right.
So I was pretty sure that we would have gotten them basically as late as possible, both.
Right.
Yeah. No, but after I found the mids, I thought, oh man, maybe I should just play. In my head, there was this idea. Well, okay, if Tutor got the boots early, those gloves early, I most likely lost anyways because I can't gain an advantage after doing Castle Tower, which he maybe didn't. And so I said, well, he most likely auto skipped the gloves. Let me just play it like I normally would. But after Turtle Rock was empty, I was like, oh man, let me just do Smith Chain.
Mhm.
And it luckily worked out very well for me today.
Yeah, I feel like if you've got the Smith Chain and Swamp, right? You could do those in either order, right? There's a good argument for, for doing Swamp first, which is it's dense, right? There,
Mhm.
6 items in there. Smith Chain is fewer items and takes a long time to complete as well. So what's your thought process on doing those checks in the order that you did, Smith Chain first and then Swamp?
Um, well, the first, I mean, even before that, there was a consideration of Ice Palace, which
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's true, but you didn't go into.
yeah, really didn't want to go to Ice Palace because I felt like that would be the first dungeon you play, and I knew I couldn't feel great after this Turtle Rock clear, which was empty. And there definitely is a point to make where you go to Ice Palace before going to Turtle Rock. And I was considering that play myself, so I said, I don't really want to go for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the discussion between Swamp and Smith Train first was a difficult call to make. But in my head, there was still this idea of maybe if Tutor also didn't get the mids, or the other way around, if Tutor got the mids early, they might have done the Smith and maybe also Hammer Packs, but most likely not the Purple Chest. And so basically Purple Chest was my biggest hope in this route. Yeah, and it also would have led nicely into Swamp Palace as my next play.
And before you say anything else, GG's to cstutor89, who completes the seed, finishes with an official time of 1 hour, 35 minutes, and 57 seconds.
GGBs.
So that means we're going to a game 3 in this series, which is going to be quite interesting to watch. What are you hoping to see in game 3?
Ambrosia.
Ambrosia?
Oh, wow. I'm very, very confident there in Ambrosia. Why?
Excellent.
I just love this mode, and I like every opportunity to play it.
Wow, I think you might be the only person I have in the community that I've encountered who has said I love Ambrosia. But yeah, absolutely. If something that you're confident in that you like playing, then sure. What is your? Do you know what your deck is going to look like?
I think MC Boss is going to be very likely. Standard Boots and Ambrosia are our 3 main modes. That should be expected. So yeah, there's a chance. I don't know if it's already updated. I can just check it very quickly.
Yeah, I don't know if it will be, but maybe it will be. I don't know.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, okay, so we have MC Boss at 4 and all the other modes, FAD keys, Ambrosia, and Standard Boots at 2.
Okay, so hopefully, or at least likely, we're going to see McBoss, but still plenty of choices otherwise. I am not sure if Tudor is going to be joining us. I think that if he was, he would have already, but maybe not. But I'm not sure if you still need to head over to the German restream for an interview, Mal, or not.
Yeah, I would like to.
Yeah, absolutely. Or then GG's to you here. We'll let you get over there to the German restream, and good luck in Game 3.
Yeah, thank you. And also, of course, thank you both for commentating this race. Thanks for setting up the restream to whoever did it. And thanks to Nevendolch for tracking. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Thanks, Mal. Appreciate it. GG's. All right. We haven't heard from CS Tutor, so I'm going to assume at this point that he is going to skip the interview, and that's fine.
Yeah, fair enough. I wouldn't be in the best of moods right now myself.
No,
either.
no, no shade whatsoever. do what you need to do. Dr. Bob, I don't know if that we've done this before. If we have done this before together, it's been a while, but it was a pleasure.
I
Oh, wait.
don't know if we've ever actually done one. Oh, hey,
I think we are going to
look
get
at that.
Tutor. Here we go.
All right. Looks like we are now joined by cstutor89. Welcome, and congratulations on finishing. Unfortunately, didn't kind of go your way, but still in this.
Yeah, GG's.
Hi.
Sometimes, it's an ice rod hunt. What are you going to do?
I mean, just check shovel.
Just check the shovel, right? But I think that, watching what you did, I think basically every decision that you made was perfectly reasonable, right? We were talking about this with Mal, right? If you've got swamp and half the smith chain left, right? In what order do you do them? I'm including the shovel with the smith chain since it's on that loop. And I think there's not a correct answer to that, or there's not an optimal answer to that. There are pros and cons to both sides, and sometimes the decision they make is going to work out, and sometimes it's not.
Now, based on the conversation you had there in the chat, in the race time chat afterwards, it looks like you might have forgotten the shovel happened, or forgotten where it was.
Yeah, I didn't remember where it was. Oh, when I got it specifically, that was it. Like, I knew I had that as an option, but I was like, every choice I had left was just awkward, and I just didn't want to check anything, because I'm like, I hate these seeds where they have both flipper dungeons as pendants. I hate them. And I'm like, I don't like doing the shovel because there's nothing to pair it with, and purple chest has just been the answer twice in a row for me. So I'm like, ugh, should I just do purple chest? But I wanted to actually do purple chest earlier, but with where it was and what I wanted to do, which is to go up to DM and do Skullwoods, there was no way to do purple chest.
Yeah, no, there was never a good time. The only good time that you had to do purple chest was right there instead of swamp, right? To do that first. And again, I think a very defensible decision to go and do the really dense swamp palace first. So
I mean, I should have done purple chest first, because it burned me twice yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but
that's not how this works, right? It's not that's gambler's fallacy in the end, right? It could be something else, just easily. So,
well,
I will say, go ahead.
I don't know. It happens a lot there for some reason for me, so that's why I have to check it more often than other things.
I will say my co-commentator here was not surprised at all by you going to Ice Palace before Pod and Eastern, on account of apparently you just really don't like Pod.
Well, no, it's not because I dislike Pod that I put off Pod. I wanted to see if I could find the bow before that.
Sure. Yeah. Very reasonable.
But the only reason why I was doing Ice is because I didn't know if Ice Rod was going to be bad or not on the seed. It was on the way to Catfish. I'm like, okay, we can just do it right now. But I really don't want to go in here, because I could easily get suckered into doing 10 checks of garbage from all of the water dungeons. And these are the hardest. I find that these are the hardest ones to figure out whether or not they're supposed to be done or not, because they're both flippers. They both require flippers. One of them requires the mirror and the hook shot. And, well, technically, the other one kind of does too, the hook shot. These are the seeds that I just feel like are the hardest to define whether or not one of these things are supposed to be the answer or not, or if they just don't care about these at all.
Especially because the flippers were logically pretty early, and had already locked the mitts, right? So the flippers were already required earlier in the chain for something important, right? So yeah. it that might push you away from those dungeons. It might push you towards it's tough, right? It's a tough decision to make, and I think that I was Yeah, and I saw in race time chat is like for most of it, you felt your route was really good, and it was really good, right? You hit the route early on. You know,
Yeah.
that the fake flipper play, which I was bemoaning because I don't like walking all the way back down from Ice Rod to do it, but it was absolutely the right play today. You know, you pull that glove, you get to skip Aga. You know, it's just the later stuff didn't work out.
Yeah, you get the hook shot, you get the mitts. I mean, if the fire rod comes in Thieves Town, I mean, it just freaking lines, everything just lined up perfectly on this seed if you did that correctly. And I personally don't like doing it with. I don't like doing the fake flipper with 3 pendant Dark World just because like the chances of swapping a pendant is so high.
Right.
And on this seed it was like, but I thought, you know, I have the money to do Zora. Zora is going to be in Logic eventually on this seed for sure. Let's just see if we can do it, you know, like, and then I was like, okay, yeah, like that's interesting. And so I thought I had missed flippers early to put that glove into Logic. But when I found flippers in Skull, I thought that was as soon as I found that there, I was like, this is an Aga seed for sure. Like, they want me to do Aga.
Yeah.
Like, because both gloves are in the Dark World. We're supposed to use Hammer to get the mitts and the hook shot. The hook shot helps you get the flippers. The flippers gets you over to like the mitts. That's exactly how the seed was supposed to be break down. So I knew that lamp had to be early on the seed. So like, and I didn't have that, but I was like, it's fine. Whenever that comes in, it comes in. I don't necessarily need it right now specifically. And then when I went to DM and all that stuff, I was like, okay, I felt like that was the way that the seed was gonna go. I'm like, great. So I think about 40 minutes or so, I was only down to just bow and ice rod, I think.
Yeah.
If I had ice rod, like, I would have went to Eastern and Pod, because I do like that play to go to Eastern and Pod for the bow, if that's the only dungeons I have left specifically. So preferably I want to go to those two, try to see if I can get the bow out of those dungeons. And it would have worked on this. It would have worked on this seed, because I personally will not go to Swab and Ice before I go to Crystal Pod and Eastern for the bow, because there's a chance we don't even touch pendants on the seed, and this was one of those seeds you don't touch pendants at all, like on this seed. So that would have worked out perfectly for me if I just got Ice Rod before all of that mess.
Yeah, well, that's all right. Not today. You got another chance in Game 3 coming up later this week. So good luck in that one.
Yeah,
and hopefully we can get you on the air. Thanks for joining us for the interview, and GG's for the race.
Okay, thanks for coming.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm sure Dr. Bob's pleasure as well. Thanks to Nervin Dolch, our tracker today, doing double duty, tracking for both us and the German restream. And thank you to both of our runners. Make sure you give them a follow. We've got more tournament action on the SpeedGaming family of networks here right now over on SpeedGaming 2. We've got GFE versus Schulzer, Game 1, with a very hype comms duo of Radical Sniper and Tracy. That is fun. I've got that open, looking at it over on the outside. They're playing some McBoss, which is fun. My favorite mode in the tournament. So check that out. And then coming up later on today on this very channel, we've got Mr. Ed versus Breadcoon, which should be a really good match as well. So keep an eye out for that one here on SpeedGaming Prime in a little bit. Dr. Bob, as I said earlier, a pleasure.
Thank you. Absolutely. I am 100%. I was looking forward to this, and I'm hoping to do some more pretty soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep on watching for all these restreams. We're trying to get as many of these races restreamed as we can between here on SpeedGaming and with our volunteer restreamers over on ALTTPR Rando or ALTTP Randomizer over on Twitch, and it'll be fun. Keep watching some Rando. Enjoy Rando. Rando's good, and good luck, everybody.